and a warm welcome to Well This Week by latestlaws.com. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notification for new videos. My name is Sheetal Joon, Associate Editor, latestlaws.com, and I will be taking you through the significant orders and judgments passed by various courts in the country and some important international news from this week. Let's begin with Supreme Court this week. The Supreme Court has favoured increasing the compensation for death in hit-and-run road accident cases from existing Rs 2 lakh, underlining that it was essentially the state's failure to identify the erring vehicle that led an accident to be classified as hit-and-run case and deserved higher compensation. The Supreme Court in its ruling has addressed the question as to whether the date of the initial default or the declaration of a loan account as non-performing should be considered the starting point for the limitation period. The Apex Court bench held that the initiation of insolvency proceedings should be guided by a 3-year limitation period starting from the date of the initial default, and that a recovery certificate issued under the Debt Recovery Act could be treated as a decree for the purpose of pursuing insolvency proceedings under the IBC. The Supreme Court, while addressing the question as to whether a transaction involving rent receivables would constitute a transfer of asset or a security interest arrangement, has ruled that rent receivables do constitute an actionable claim. The court's decision rested on the definition of an actionable claim as per the Transfer of Property Act, making it clear that the assignment of these rents effectively amounted to the transfer of unsecured debts. The Supreme Court has upheld the Madras High Court's decision to impose a blanket ban on the reinforced paper cups in Tamil Nadu, primarily due to environmental concerns arising from their impractical recycling. The decision also considers the broader public welfare as a key factor. The Supreme Court has held that the Union and the states are duty-bound to ensure that the practice of manual scavenging is completely eradicated. A division bench of the Supreme Court has emphasized on the importance of eliminating manual scavenging, ensuring rehabilitation and extending these protections to the families of hazardous workers who died in the sewers, all these while taking into account the prohibition of forced labour as per Article 23 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court has dismissed an appeal challenging the denial of compensation for loss of profits in a construction contract dispute. The court held that arbitrators' award, which lacked credible evidence to substantiate the claim of the loss of profit, conflicted with the public policy of India and could not be sustained. Now let's have an overview of High Courts. The Bombay High Court has quashed an IT-80 order that held additional accountable income as taxable for an individual who is alleged to have engaged in rigging of stocks, observing the tribunal has gone beyond its scope. The Karnataka High Court has observed that unless a person seeking an injunction order under Order 39 Rule 1 and 2 of the CPC makes out a prima facie case and demonstrates that the known granting of an injunction would result in irreparable loss, that person would not be entitled to receive the said relief. Online financial scams strike at the heart of country's economic stability, and there is an urgent need to address them, not only to protect the individual but also to ensure the continued vitality of online financial systems, the Delhi High Court has observed. The Gujarat High Court has issued a notice to the state government on petition filed by social activist Teesta Setalwad seeking cancellation of a first information report against her allegedly fabricating evidence in 2002 riots cases. The Manipur High Court has permitted contested election petitions to advance to trial which challenge the election results on various grounds, including alleged non-disclosure of criminal cases and incomplete information on nomination papers. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has quashed proceedings in a case filed against the petitioner under Section 3 and 4 of the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971 and held that the sale of an MTP kit itself cannot be said to be an offence punishable under the MTP Act, and the allegation against the petitioner, even if taken at the face value, did not constitute an offence under the MTP Act. Moving on to international news this week. A Pakistan High Court on Thursday has admitted former 3-time Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's appeal against his conviction in 2 corruption cases, his lawyer has said. The decision will allow Nawaz Sharif to contest his sentence, which have been pending since his ouster as Prime Minister in 2017 in the High Court. A Hong Kong court has rejected a government motion that would have seen same-sex couples face differential treatment under 2 inheritance laws. The Court of Appeal said that move would constitute an unlawful discrimination, a verdict that is likely to impact many such couples from Hong Kong who married overseas. Japan's top court has ruled that a legal clause requiring people to undergo sterilization surgery if they want to legally change their gender is unconstitutional, as the requirement was discriminatory and infringed on human rights. In the end, we have miscellaneous news. Standing by his minority opinion in the recent same-sex marriage ruling by the top court, Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud has said that often judgments given on the issue of constitutional importance are a vote of conscience. Nalsar University has instituted a menstrual leave policy applicable to all its students. In an announcement made on October 20th, the university officially communicated that the adoption of its policy for students enrolled in various academic programs. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. This is a weekly program, and to get more information, please check the description box, and for weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel.